Good evening, everyone. Late Night Mega here, and tonight we are playing Mega Man 7, part of the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2. So, put on your PJs and prepare for some cliches. We're going to go through the menus, just kind of show you guys what it looks like. Not as interactive as the Mega Man Anniversary Collection, but it is what it is. We have backgrounds. They're not going to show me the backgrounds in advance, so we're just going to go in with, oh, that's cool. You've got Mega Man using all of the special weapons. I like that. And we're going to show off the intro here. You just gotta wait a moment. Yeah, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2 has some weird nuances, but we have... Well, Mega Man 7 was originally released on the Super Nintendo, Mega Man 8 originally on the PlayStation 1 and Sega Saturn, and then you had Mega Man 9 and 10, which were originally released on like the Wii, Xbox 360, PS3. And those two games had like a bunch of DLC, so navigating around some of these games and some of that content is a little bit weird in this collection, but I mean, I guess it was kind of bound to be weird. Anyways, we're recapping Mega Man 6 here, the events from Mega Man 6. You even saw the Wily machine from Mega Man 6 there. And Wily had plans for this. So, 4 robots were hidden away. And basically, after 6 months of not hearing from Dr. Wily, they activate and begin searching for him. That's kind of a really nice backup plan. It's like a really creepy atmosphere type of music. And that is not one of the robots that got out of that container, so who knows where that one came from. He looks very menacing, though. Oh, he saw us. Duck. Alright, perfect. So we had a little intro scene there. No, and I don't need it again. So we hit game start, and we're immediately thrust into... This is my favorite music in the game. There's some really good music in this game. I'll give it that. The music is one of the strong points. But we have a new character, Otto, who's driving a really ridiculous-looking vehicle. So Otto is a new ally. He'll have a role that we'll show off a little bit later on as well. Later on in this episode, I mean. And he gives Mega Man a Metar helmet. you get that little funny sound effect. I like the scene. It's amusing. Although, you know, Dr. Wily is, you know, in the process of escaping. We kind of have to get going. And this road looks kind of damaged. No, it's Dr. Light. What's he even doing out here? And so we suggest to bring Roll back to take care of him. We have no time. Are you sure? She's like 5 steps away from us, just on the other screen. And how did Dr. Light know that those robots were going to... Like, he commands us to look over there, and then these robots come and attack. It's like, does he have psychic powers or something? How do you know we were going to strike right then and there? And Dr. Wily is apparently free and has his 16-bit capsule. You'll notice there's an autosave feature happening in the corner there. And that's another weird thing I found out about this off-camera, is that there's some weirdness to the saving. It's not like Mega Man Legacy Collection 1, where I could just pause any of the games anywhere and drop a save and pick back up in that exact point. No, there's actually like checkpoints that basically coincide with checkpoints of when you die that will act as save points. But it's a little bit odd because you'll... Like, for instance, if I beat a Robot Master, they show a scene of me getting the weapon in that, and then get back to the menu screen, and by the way, we just took down that that thing that was menacing in the intro cutscene, and now we've got this guy who has really terrible aim. Can't even land a hit on me. He must be Dr. Novocaine. And he has a dog. Yeah, you better tell me who you are. That's not even a question. I'm bass and he's treble. Or it could be bass like a fish. I mean, his helmet does kind of look sort of fishy. He is a fishy character. Alright, so he came to stop Dr. Wily, so naturally he just gets into a fight with me. That's weird. That's weird. And we have the password screen, which has really cool music. I like this music. And we only have 4 Robot Masters to go with here. What's more is due to the way Mega Man 7 is kind of set up, you're kind of encouraged to take a couple... I don't want to say a certain path, but very close to a certain path. Like, we could reasonably go to... You can go to any of them first, of course. I'll spoil it. Weapons will interact... Certain weapons will have certain interactions in certain stages. As such, basically we want to go to Freeze Man and Cloud Man before we go to Junk Man. It doesn't really matter when we go to Burst Man, so I'm going to mix things up a little bit from my original playthrough of Mega Man 7, and I'm going to go to Burst Man after this instead of Cloud Man and then Junk Man and then doing Burst Man last. I really like this music as well. This is like, I told you, this game has a lot of good music. This really fits a Freeze theme. And these guys are neat as well. We've got some crumbling ice platforms. We have ice that we don't really slide around on a lot. I'm going to shoot that guy, but make sure to shoot him in the head. You can use that as a platform. Very cool. And I love the aesthetics of this stage as well. It reminds me of like, kind of like Skullman stage, but frozen over. And so we bounce up here, we get these platforms that are crumbly, but not crumbly because we didn't stand on them long enough. And we got an H for there has hardly been any challenge yet. And see, this is a normal checkpoint on the screen, and we got the autosave checkpoint. Speaking of which, oh yeah, autosave. So say I get back to the stage select, and I stop playing there, and I turn the game off. When I load the autosave checkpoint, I have to watch the weapon get sequence again. These jumps, I think they can be made without Rush Coil. They're very tricky. And we got a Rush something, Rush Search. This is a new feature in Mega Man 7, and I dislike it. I'll complain more about that later. I have other things to complain about. Like, the general controls of Mega Man. Like, Mega Man feels very slow. We took multiple hits. Yeah. He feels slow and clunky. And he feels like he takes up more space on the screen than he should. Actually, people have proportioned this out, and this is actually the same proportions of Mega Man as the Game Boy, original Game Boy Mega Man games. Here, we'll do some hopping without this. Like, graphically, it's kind of hard for me to tell where I can stand and where I can't. Like, how close I can get to the edge. In the NES games, it was pretty obvious because everything was, 8-bit, pinpoint, precise. I didn't know you were going to drop icicles from the ceiling. No, that's rude. Other than that, we got an easy E there. And this is another issue I have, is hitbox detection, ladder detection. I was pressing up all the time. I don't know why I wasn't grabbing the ladder. I don't know why. I usually have a lot of difficult time getting that ladder. That's like one of the most difficult ladders to grab in the game. I am not exaggerating on that. Alright. Hey, look. We're at Freeze Man, but it's time for me to complain about Rush Search. So, Rush Search. Basically, there's a few specific points in the game. Some of them are kind of obvious, because there's kind of tells in the background. And some of them are kind of not. I'm pretty sure there's one around here, although after guessing a couple times, I start to question it. But no, there is one around here. You need to summon Rush, like within a 2-tile gap or something of where he needs to be. And you actually need to be like right here. Right where Mega Man just was, and right where Rush just was. But now I'm getting these bobsled guys causing me all kinds of issues. No, don't. And so I'm thinking, okay, well, maybe it's up here. I have played this game at least a handful of times. Mega Man 7 is a game that I never owned on the Super NES. I had a few instances where I got to play the game, but I never beat the game until I got the Mega Man Anniversary Collection on the GameCube. So when Rush starts barking there, that's a tell sign, but he's not going to do that until you teleport him in the right spot. Don't, my dog! Okay, well, he took a hit and he went away, but we got the thing. It's the exit utility. So now we can exit from stages that we have already beaten, and I did not mean to summon him again. So yeah, if you dig on spots that have a specific item, you'll get that specific item, that special item, but otherwise, you'll get junk. Like that bomb, or the broken sunglasses, or broken watch, is something. Sometimes you might get like some health refills in that. But yeah, other than the few specific items that I'm going to get, a few special items, we won't be using Rush Search. I don't like that mechanic, because I had to go online to find all of the stuff. And this is Freeze Man. He has a very specific pattern, and it's actually kind of tricky to get used to, but once you got the pattern down, he will, when he's running and you fire, he will jump. He also does contact damage, so be mindful of that. I generally find it easier to have him like fire your buster and have him jump over you. You do have to be aware though of his... Yeah, see that little ice wave on the ground? You can get stuck in the ground with that. You can also get stuck in ice with that ice shot he launches. You're supposed to... You're not doing what I want you to do. And I didn't fully realize that that could spread off the wall and do that. I didn't know he could do that. There is a little spread there. I think that's the first time I've been caught by that. But yeah, Freeze Man is probably one of the trickier ones to battle with the Mega Buster, but once you got his pattern down, he's really not that bad. So yeah, he has a couple attacks that can, well, freeze you in place, and I'd kind of expect that from Freeze Man. Mega Man 7 is my least favorite of the entire classic series, and one of the biggest reasons for that, beyond Mega Man being floaty and clunky, I'll complain more about that in the next episode, I'm sure. Or throughout this game. Oh, a freeze cracker. Can we put butter on it? Will it taste good with butter? No. So they give like a brief little description of it, but it does not tell you all that it can do. Like all the ways that it can interact with various environments in the game. Which would be helpful information to know, but you kind of just have to figure it out on your own or look it up on the internet. Alright, one other thing I want to show off. I'm not sure how to show it off. You have to press the big touchpad button. I was like pressing buttons on the controller. I'm like, we can summon the shop, which is a giant, ridiculous looking Eddie, which has regular Eddie in it and Auto. So yes, this is Auto's job here. He will make us stuff with those bolts that we've been picking up. So that acts as kind of a currency. Anyways, Robot Master issues. 7 of the 8 Robot Masters in this game have attacks that will trap you and stun you and lock you in place while you either take damage or face possibilities of death. and I really don't like that design. But we'll talk more about that next time.